Hello and welcome to the HHH Racing Podcast. I'm your host, Howard Kravitz. Thank you for joining me on this video. This is episode 55. What a great day at Belmont. This past Saturday, we're going to talk about the three graded stake races and a few other items. Thank you for joining me. Please make sure you subscribe right there on the right side of your screen and then hit that notification bell so that you know when new content arises. You know the drill. You can reach me on Twitter at HKravitz. You can see that spelling on the name tag there on the bottom left-hand side of the screen. You can also contact me through email at hkravitzhorse at gmail.com, hkravitzhorse at gmail.com. My race day blog has been absolutely on fire. If you are not subscribed to this race day blog, I really believe you're missing out. It's only $12.99 a month. It's $3 a blog, a cup of coffee, actually less than a cup of coffee if you like to go to Starbucks. Uh, you get great information. You'll get detailed information about with my ABC selections of the featured sequence I talk about on the live stream, but also I will give you another pick five sequence and some stake races, excuse me, from somewhere else in the country. And this blog has been extremely profitable uh, for my subscribers. I really think you're missing out if you're not subscribed to this blog. I gave out 6 price plays this past Saturday. 4 of them won, including Super Sensational, who's almost 6-1. Had another price play, good odds, excuse me, at Woodbine, paid $12 also. My opinions, listen, the last thing I want to do is to come onto this podcast and look like a complete a-hole who is arrogant and says he wins every time. Listen, I lose all the time, just like everyone else. I have my bad days. I have my bad weekends. I go through bad streaks just like everyone else. But in general, I feel like my opinions are pretty good. And they've been proven so through this blog and if you listen to this live stream. So again, all the information there is below. More detailed information for the Race Day blog is below the video player in the description. All you have to do watching this on YouTube is look below the video player in the description, open it up, and you see a lot of information about how you can subscribe to the Race Day blog. I really feel like it would be in your best interest. It's very inexpensive and you can win a lot of money. So I would appreciate if you took a look at that Race Day blog and its information. You can also reach me uh, through my picks or opinions through Canterbury Park, through the InTheMoneyPodcast.com. Again, InTheMoneyPodcast.com. I cover Canterbury Park on a regular basis. They race Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. My picks are in there as well, InTheMoneyPodcast.com on their blog. Let's get into the races from Saturday. I played in a contest through Belmont. It was a $3,000 entry fee, 2,000 in live money, 1,000 in the prize pool. I will say, for full disclosure, um, it was the most expensive contest I've ever played in. I am not a high roller, so to speak. Sure, I have plenty of good days at the track. I have bad days too. But for me, that is a very expensive buy-in. It's something I don't usually do. However, I had very strong opinions on this card. I did a preview with Andy Serling, which went fantastically. Thanks again to Andy Serling from Naira. Um, and so I decided to play. And I'll tell you at the end of this uh, podcast how that went. Also, want to remind you that next Wednesday, or this Wednesday, excuse me, Eddie Olczyk from NBC Sports will be right here with me, 8 o'clock Eastern. I usually go on Thursdays, but we're going Wednesdays this week. So Wednesday, 8 o'clock Eastern with Eddie Olczyk. Also, last thing, I sent this out on Twitter. I need your help. I was thinking about doing a nightly live stream, a much shorter one, 20 to 30 minutes, going over the pick five at Saratoga the following day. So, in other words, I would do a live stream on a Wednesday night for the Thursday card at Saratoga. If that's something that you would watch and that would interest you, please respond to the poll question on Twitter. If you do not belong to Twitter, if you're not on Twitter, then below the video player on this video, please comment if that's something you'd be interested in. Again, a quick live stream the night before a Saratoga card covering the late pick five. I need your help and your opinion. It takes a lot of time and preparation for me to do these live streams and podcasts. And frankly, I don't want to waste my time if I'm gonna have only 30 people watching these videos. So please make sure you respond on Twitter as well or below the video player if that's something that you'd be interested in. A quick live stream slash podcast the night before a Saratoga day covering their late pick five. All right, let's get into the sequence from Saturday. We're just going to look at the three races, the three grade stake races, Belmont Derby, Belmont Oaks, and the Victory Ride. Some very interesting results that occurred. Let me go ahead and turn this off and get it set up for you. Let's first talk about the race seven. Race seven, and you see the results right there. This was the grade one, $700,000 Belmont Oaks. It was for restricted 3-year-old fillies. They're going a mile and a quarter on the inner turf at Belmont, which was listed as good. It was definitely more on the side of yielding. They had a lot of rain as a tropical storm went through the few days before. And although the ground was fresh, it was definitely soft. You can see the winner. The winner, Aiden O'Brien, Santa Barbara. What an effort by this horse. We're going to go ahead and watch the entire race, and the result of this race, at least the finish, which was very tight, does not nearly tell the story of Santa Barbara. So let's go ahead and watch the replay of this race. And what you're going to see here, I'm going to go ahead and put this on full screen. You see they break from the gate, and Cone Lima for Flavian Pratt, the number one, goes to the lead, and again, just shows that he puts his horse in a perfect spot all the time. They went very slow here. You see Serona, the two, who had showed speed, that was the other Euro in Europe, did not break fantastically and was the back of the pack along with Plum Ali. But where you need to watch here is Santa Barbara, who is right there in the middle of the screen. And I want to apologize a little bit to Ryan Moore because I had said on Twitter after the race this was a bit of an overconfident ride. I'm not sure it was. I really don't know what Ryan Moore could have done at this point. You see, he's rating very kindly with Santa Barbara in behind horses. This is exactly what Euros do. They like to be covered up and wait, and they usually go slow. You can see they went 51 and 1 to the half. But again, it was a boggy turf course. Spanish Love Affair just sitting outside in second. You see Mizuna there in third, and Higher Truth was in fourth. So again, Cone Lima, I'm going to freeze it right here, went to the three quarters in 116 and 2. Absolutely walking. And anyone who's closing from deeper, you would think would have a tougher time winning this race. You're going to see an early move on the outside by the 8 Gams Mission and puts Santa Barbara and Ryan Moore a little bit here in a tough spot. And you see Santa Barbara, the 5 horse, right here. It has now horses surrounding. He's got 3 horses in front. He's got a horse to the inside. He's got a horse to the outside. And I placed a very big win bet on Santa Barbara. It was the biggest win bet I've ever placed in my entire life. And I mentioned this on Twitter that it was a bit risky, of course, because Santa Barbara, you knew you weren't going to get paid a lot. Went off at 1.1 to 1. But I mentioned this on Twitter, and I'd love to hear your opinion below the video player. I thought Santa Barbara should have been 1-5, 2-5. She ended up going off at 1.1 to 1. That's at least 3 times bigger, or almost 3 times bigger, a price than I thought she'd be. So I decided to go for it and gun it. Fortunately, it worked out for me. I think it's a good case in value. Do you have to have an 8-to-1 shot, a 20-to-1 shot to get value? I say no. This horse was a huge overlay, in my opinion. That means under bet. I thought she should have been much lower than even money. And I think this race proves it out because although she barely won, she won, I guess you could say, relatively easily based on the trip. So again, Ryan Moore is just looking and looking and looking. Now, right here, there's still a wall of horses, and Ryan Moore again is just waiting to find a hole. And right about here, I was getting pretty nervous because although he had not asked yet at all, you see, he's a very patient guy. He's one of the best riders in the world. He's been that for years. He's been one of the best riders in the world for a decade. Um, there was no hole, and listen, it's hard to create a hole when it's not there. But Ryan Moore knew what horse he had underneath him. And watch this move there. Right there. You see, he jumped out into about the 3 path. And fortunately, Gam's Mission did not, the 8 here, who I have my cursor on, did not quite have the horse to keep this hole closed. Meanwhile, Nizuna was able to continue on. And Ryan Moore splits Nizuna and Cone Lima and Gam's Mission. You can see right about here. Right at this point, and here's Ryan Moore right here. I really thought she was going to win. I know there's, a 16th of a mile left at the most, but I figured if she was as good as I thought she was with her turn of foot, she would get the job done. Ryan Moore gets through the hole and watch this explosion. Absolutely unbelievable, and ends up winning. Not only ends up winning, but ends up winning by, I would say, a comfortable half to 3/4 length. Over a very game Cone Lima, who ran much better than I thought, although it was a very slow pace. And that was the 3 higher truth right here for Jose Ortiz, who you knew could get the distance and ran on well, just finishing a close third. But I got to tell you, Santa Barbara was tons the best in this race. And you take a look at the Beyers, doesn't blow you away. Got a 90 Beyer. Cone Lima improved a bit to an 89. Higher Truth improved a bit to an 88. Same with the Gamma's Mission. Plum Ali ran her race, etc. Listen, it's a clumped together finish because they went so slow. Take a look at the incremental pace. Santa Barbara on a yielding turf course. I know it said good. It was yielding. Comes home 22-3. Hello. 22-3. Yeah, I know. Higher Truth came home in 22-4. Gamma's Mission, 23. Plum Ali 22-4. But Santa Barbara came home in 22-3, 0.2 seconds faster than anyone else, which I know might not seem like a lot, but in this type of race, when they're so close together, it makes a huge difference. She went off at 1.15 to 1. Santa Barbara wins the Belmont Oaks, does it to me very, very impressively. And I think the sky's the limit for this horse. Aidan O'Brien loves this horse. Ryan Moore loves this horse. This was an extremely impressive effort for Santa Barbara. And the question now is, what do you do with Santa Barbara? They mentioned she might come back in the Saratoga Oaks in a little over a month. She's going to be a complete handful there. I think she's a serious threat if she continues to improve to win the BC filling mare turf in November at Del Mar if she goes there. Forget about the Beyer, folks. I know it's only a 90 Beyer. That wouldn't be nearly enough to win the BC turf. She almost beat Thundering Knights last time. Again, the buyer does not tell the story. I thought she was absolutely awesome in this race with an unbelievable turn of foot. Congratulations to the Connections winning the Belmont Oaks. Cone Lima outran her odds. She ran well. This is not a horse I would want back next time. She got the best of the running on the lead. I would prefer Higher Truth next time. Plum Ali had absolutely no chance because of the pace situation. I would bet her back on a heartbeat based on a different pace scenario. Let's get on to the next race. The next race that I want to show would be race 8. And this race made me very, very happy because I've been chasing. Anyone who's been watching the show knows how much I've been chasing Super Sensational. She went off at what I thought was a ridiculous 5.9 to 1, gets the job done in the grade 3 victory ride. It was her older filly and mares going 6.5 on the dirt, and she was absolutely fantastic. We're going to go ahead and watch the start. I've been chasing this horse all the way since Fairgrounds. I've been waiting for a spot to better, and it worked out great for me on this day. You can see they break from the gate there. I'll go ahead and go full screen. They break from the gate, and you see a Super Sensational broke a little bit slow. Miss Brazil went to the lead, but overcharged, a very nice Louisiana bred, also was vying for the lead along with Red Ghost. So Super Sensational, the 5, was just laying back here in 5th, about 5 lengths back, along with the undefeated Louisiana bred uh, Australasia there in back. Flavian Pratt was on Super Sensational. And again, Flavian Pratt, all this guy does is give fantastic rides. Here was another one. You can see they're battling up front. Super Sensational, who had some trouble in the 8 bells, goes to the outside part of the track. Now, I just want to mention the inside part of the track was the better place to be on this day. However, the track was drying out, and that's always a tricky situation. Flavian Pratt gets Super Sensational in the clear, and she is absolutely flying at this point and completely blows by the field here as Flavian's in the crown of the track. And you can see how quickly she just opens up the lead. Super Sensational was super and sensational. You see, Miss Brazil really gave it up late. She obviously did not run her race. I'm not sure what happened to Miss Brazil. You see Overcharge in second. And Australasia, you see the winner, Super Sensational, right there. Australasia, the 7, is not even in the picture. I have no idea what happened to this horse. You're going to see her coming up right there. I have no idea what happened to the 7. I did mention uh, last time, she was a little bit goofy. She was like in the 5 path. I don't know if she didn't like the kickback or what the situation was. She was lugging out and she finally straightened out in the stretch. I talked about the Andy Serling. I don't really know what happened. It definitely helped Super Sensational that the 2 favorites did not run their race, but I don't think it would have mattered. Super Sensational runs fantastic. You can see there gets a 95 buyer career top. I think that number is going to fit because Overcharged ran her race with an 88, Inject an 84, Red Ghost a 79. The rest of the numbers really figure. So I think that number is accurate. And I want to show you the incremental pace there. Super Sensational comes home. I believe that's a 5/16 final time there. But that final increment, 29.5. You can see a much better close than anyone else. Really impressive effort by Super Sensational. And you can see now Super Sensational there. Uh, I always thought this horse wanted to sprint. Mark Casse has her point in the right direction. I'm sure she'll go to the test stakes, which is for 3 old fillies. I believe it's a 7 furlong race at Saratoga. She might face some better ones there, so she's going to have to probably run very well again. I see no reason why this horse cannot continue to get better. I'm a big fan of this horse. She's excellent, Super Sensational, wins uh, that the victory ride and does it very, very impressively. And again, where do you go with Super Sensational? Again, I think the test, but you've got to figure she's going to face some tougher foes, like I said, in that race. The fact that Super Sensational went off at almost 6-1 was shocking to me, and that's not red boarding. I said last Thursday with Andy Serling that I love this horse. I've been chasing this horse for a long time. I've always thought she was talented. To me, that price was absolutely ridiculous. But thank you for the pari-mutuel bettors out there for underestimating this horse because it worked out very well for me. Not every race works out well for me. I've lost money on Super Sensational at Fairgrounds a few times, but I did not divorce her. I stuck with it, and sort of goes to show you that sometimes you just gotta stay with your gut instinct, and it worked out for me very well. Hopefully, it worked out for you in the victory ride. The last race I want to talk about today is going to be the Belmont Derby with another big favorite for Aidan O'Brien and Ryan Moore, and that horse was named Bolshoi Ballet. Let's go ahead to the Belmont Derby, which was race 9. The Belmont Derby won by Bolshoi Ballet, who, at least it's shocking to me, went off at lower odds than Santa Barbara. You see 1.05. This was not the prettiest race. Again, it was an extremely tight finish. But similar to the Oaks, I thought Bolshoi Ballet was tons the best here. And so we're going to go ahead and show the race in its entirety here as I go ahead and get that up on the screen. So Bolshoi Ballet is the 2. And you can see right out of the gate, I don't know if you noticed, Ryan Moore cracked the whip. Watch the 2 very carefully. Ryan Moore wanted to get this horse close to the lead. This horse has always shown tactical speed. Right, do you see right there? Right there, he just asked. And Hard Love, who was my second choice in this race, the 6. I love the aggression here by Manny Franco. Goes to the lead. You can see uh, Bolshoi Ballet is in a decent spot there. A little bit further back than I would have preferred, but about in 6th there, mid-pack. Hard Love, again, for Manny Franco, gets the lead. And Chellis, ridden by Julien Leperoux, is also sitting in a nice spot. Again, they went slow, 24-3 at the first quarter. But again, this turf course was not good. Forget about that designation. With all due respect to Belmont Park track superintendents, this turf course was slower than that. Hard Love 9-2, which I thought, frankly, he could have been a little bit of a lower price. And you see a similar half as to the Oaks as they went 51-1. Now, here's where you have to pay attention here. Let me back up just a little bit. Bolshoi Ballet and Ryan Moore asked to get close. See right here, again, another claustrophobic spot. And right here, look at the hands. If you look carefully, Ryan Moore is trying to get up there closer. I think he saw a hole and realized how slow they were going. But you can see he couldn't quite either get through that hole or just wasn't quick enough to get through the hole. Gets shuffled back, a slight steady too, and you can see how much Ryan Moore is trying to keep this horse busy and keeps going backwards. And right about here, Bolshoi Ballet has now lost about a length and a half to 2 lengths. And I was thinking, maybe this horse is not going to get the job done today because Ryan Moore was scrubbing on Bolshoi Ballet pretty aggressive. You can see he's still dropping back. Hard Love with the lead, Charles in second. Du Jour, by the way, a horse right here for, again, Flavien Prat, who gave another fantastic ride. He also was on Super Sensational, by the way, in the last race. I did not like Du Jour. Andy Serling did not like Du Jour. Formerly trained by Bob Baffert, now in the Mott barn. Got a perfect trip in what I thought was a weak rendition of the American Derby on Derby Day. And it panned out the way because Du Jour ran okay, but ran into much better foes here. And you're going to see Bolshoi Ballet, the 2, angle out at the top of the stretch. And at that point, it's a matter of stamina and class. Hard Love did not run his race. I'm not sure what happened as he gives it up here, sort of the top of the stretch. A disappointing effort. And you see Du Jour the 5, and here comes Bolshoi Ballet, followed, by the way, a long shot Tokyo Gold, who won the Italian Derby. Ryan Moore keeps this horse straight in the middle part of the track. Again, they went slow, and Bolshoi Ballet shows his class, outcloses the field, and frankly goes on to win relatively easily. And you can see the finish there. Wins by a comfortable length and a half. Tokyo Gold in second. Cellist in third. Hard Love back here out of the picture. Not sure what happened to Hard Love. Huge effort by Bolshoi Ballet. And again, the buyers do not tell the story, because when you look at the buyer, you see an 86. And you're like, wow, that doesn't really do much for you. I would agree. On the surface, it doesn't look that good. Based on what happened in the middle of the race, where Bolshoi Ballet had a middle move, checked, shuffled back, came on again on this type of turf course with some give in it, that's a big effort to me. Comes home in 23 seconds, very credible. Again, Tokyo Gold came home in 23:08. These two, by far, the 2 Euros, no surprise, came home the fastest of anyone else in the race. Again, Bolshoi Ballet wins, paying $4.10. Another very impressive effort. And Bolshoi Ballet was not as impressive to me as Santa Barbara. But again, uh, if he comes back and runs any of these Turf Triple Series, he's going to be a complete handful, especially if there's a more fair pay scenario and with a better trip. He got a bad trip, in my opinion, and still won by a length and a half. So, Aiden O'Brien brought over monsters. They did their job. Congratulations to Connections and Ryan Moore. Absolutely fantastic. Tokyo Gold, we'll see where he goes. A lot of those other horses are decent American horses and can certainly win plenty of races, but not when they face Euro monsters like these. We'll see what happens going forward. The last thing I want to do briefly is mention the last race. Now, listen, like I said, I played in the contest. I have not qualified for the NHC. It's been a big goal of mine. I've only been trying to do it, frankly, for 2 years. Last year was the first time I really even played in contests of this magnitude. I came close in January. I finished second when I needed to finish first in a contest. And here in the last race, the number 4 mandate, I needed for the pick 6, I needed for a nice pick 5. Most importantly, I needed for a $10,000 seat into the NHC. And just to show you how brutal this game is, I want to just quickly show you the end of the last race at Belmont very quickly, as Mandate, who, by the way, was 5.4 to 1 in this race. We're not going to watch the whole race. I just want to show you Mandate is all the way back here. They were going a decent pace. I don't know why Mandate was so far back, to be honest. You see Mandate's almost off the screen. We'll just go ahead and move ahead here. And sorry about that. Right here, I was about to throw out my tickets. Of course, theoretically, everything was online. No paper tickets. Uh, right here, Mandate angles out. This was Jose Ortiz. I'm still thinking he's got absolutely no chance. But once he got onto the better part of the turf course and leveled out, maybe he just took some time for this horse to straighten. He made a humongous run. And you see Mandate the 4 on the outside. Again, if he wins, it would be about 15 grand and a seat to the NHC. And oh my goodness. Oh, sorry, I just realized I didn't show the race. I greatly apologize. Sorry about that. I didn't have it on the screen. Let me back up. Sorry about that. Let me just show you again the stretch. Here's Mandate the 4 right here. And you can see he made his run again, like I just said. Maybe he didn't take to the turf course. Sorry for not having the video up there. Here comes Mandate on the outside for the big cash for myself, and does not get there. Oh, ugh, brutal, unbelievable. That's the way it goes. It's a tough game. I still had a good day at Belmont with Super Sensational and Santa Barbara and a few other races, so it ended up being a good day. It could have been a record-setting day for me if Mane had got up. That's the way it goes. I'll try again. You never know. That's how this game plays. Sometimes you are the bug, and sometimes you are the windshield. Anyway, thank you very much for watching episode 55 of the HHH Racing Podcast. Again, please make sure you go to Twitter and answer my poll question about that nightly live stream for Saratoga Pick 5 the next following day, or comment below the video player if you're not on Twitter. And also, again, the Race Day blog, I really think it's profitable. There's the information there, or you can look below the video player in the description for a lot more information. This has been Howard Kravitz, episode 55 of the HHH Racing Podcast. Looking forward to seeing you next Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, with Eddie Olczyk. Thanks for watching. Have a great night. Take care. Bye-bye.